albeit slim, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders are trying for a playoff spot in the Western Conference. The kickoff taken by Craig Ellis. He starts out from the 15-yard line and fights his way to the 33. Brought down there by Frank Cossack, and that Homer Jordan in his sophomore season in the Canadian Football League. But it's Joe Paupow, the starting quarterback, with the pass to Craig Ellis for a first down out to the 48-yard line. Homer Jordan was slated.
The guy you got to watch out there tonight, three-time winner of the Rothmans Award for the outstanding player.
Chris DeFrance with the pass from Paupow all the way to the 22-yard line. Stopped there by Bill Jones. So Joe Paupow starting off with
zone defense, and when you play that zone defense, the first time they went underneath it, the second time they went right down the seam.
There's that inside pitch to Ray Elgard. He'll score.
Oh, I'll tell you one thing, they come out here hot tonight.
3 plays and the Saskatchewan Roughriders scored. That inside pitch to Ray Elgard, the big slot back, and Elgard, in my opinion, one of
doing so well. Joe Paupow went in there and played as well as he played in that first half of the BC game, and maybe that's the scheme. Have him play as well as he can, and then Jordan come in if he needs it.
Craig Ellis on the kickoff return. He gets out to the 45-yard line, and this is one of the problems that the Montreal Concord have. Jerry McGrath only kicked that ball 49 yards. Now, normally, teams line up with their kickoff return specialists in the vicinity of the goal line. The Saskatchewan Roughriders were at the 20-yard line.
Not a bad position to have the ball to start off for the Saskatchewan Roughriders on the 45-yard line. That's great field position.
And they knew it, too, on the kick. That's why they forced him to kick off. They gave him 10 yards.
On first and 10, and Mike Washington goes inside to the 50-yard line, a pickup of 5.
Washington.
Joe Paupow swinging it out to Craig Ellis. He gets to the line of scrimmage, picks up a couple more, but Don Pointer managed to bring him down on the far side of the field. Craig Ellis, the leading pass receiver in the CFL, his performance last week against Ottawa moved him ahead of the idle Paul Pearson of the Toronto Argonauts.
His running back position, Paupow looks inside to see if the receiver's open. If he's not, he dumps to Ellis, but he just couldn't get anything going out there. They got great play out there. John Pointer right out there with him.
So from the 16, Paupow throws it to Elgard, and Elgard at the 10-yard line is brought down by Aaron Hill. From the 10-yard line, the pitch to Craig Ellis. Ellis is going to be stopped short of the first down. He picked up a couple of yards. Gene Belleville back in the lineup after being out for about 5 weeks with an injury, with help from Ken Shanconi.
Vicky's right. About a yard and a half short.
Joe Paupow out, Homer Jordan in. They make it. Craig Ellis inside the 5. What a contribution Craig Ellis has made to the Saskatchewan Roughriders this year. Over 600 yards rushing, better than 600 yards passing. And Joe Paupow on the bench is saying, stay in there. Telling Homer Jordan, keep directing that attack. Take them in for the touchdown.
Well, they left their big short yardage offense in there, and with first down on the 4-yard line, they're maybe just going to run the ball right at him. Maybe they feel like run over him.
And he may come out here with an option.
First and goal, and Craig Ellis picks up a couple of yards, but there is also a penalty flag on the play. Illegal procedure, the call this time against the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
One thing you don't like to do when you get down inside that 5-yard line is make mistakes. And he went on the quick count, and real quick.
Swing pass to Craig Ellis. Ellis will score.
Francis had a shot at him in the open field there, but Ellis made a good move on him and just ran right over him, so to speak, and went right in the end zone for the touchdown.
He has those great moves. He changed direction on this play. Watch it.
Just a little swing, the same one he threw before. Tries to gets a good block from Elgard, the inside man, and as you say, Francis had the chance to bring him down. It's a difficult thing to do to get back.
You don't throw a cross-body block at a guy in the open field like Ellis, though. He'll just run right out of your arms. You got to get a hold of him. Francis tried to block him down, and you just can't do that. He'll hear about that from the coaches.
Even if he blocked
the Ticats, after a 2-week layoff, take on the Edmonton Eskimos. Mike Washington is 3 weeks ago against the British Columbia Lions, it looked as though it was going to be an injury that could keep him out for quite a spell, but fortunately for Pow Pow and the Saskatchewan Roughriders, he was able to come back. From the shotgun formation over the middle to Craig Ellis, he'll have the first down. He was decked by Phil Jones at about the same...
Was thrown a little bit behind him here. And the amazing thing was that when he reached back to get it and got that hit right there, that he held onto the football.
Well, you saw those linebackers from Concord blitz inside, and then Ellis got right into that open area in a hurry.
There was a premature snap that time. I don't think the offensive line was ready for it.
From the 54, swinging it out to Craig Ellis. There's a loss of 2, and there's a very late penalty flag on the play.
I think we ought to point out that Craig Ellis is the #1 pass receiver in the CFL.
Ford is the outstanding defensive player in the Canadian Football League. Guilty of that major foul.
And every time he hits you, it's major.
First and 10 from the 42-yard line. Pow Pow's in trouble. There's a penalty flag on the play as well. Sandy Armstrong got to the Saskatchewan.
Montreal's the fewest penalized club. That's one of the differences in the two football teams.
If you've been called 44 times, you've held about 444.
The screen pass to Mike Washington, a good recovery on the... I think Jackie Parker and the Edmonton Eskimos might be viewing this game with considerable interest, because as they prepare to face the Hamilton Tiger Cats tomorrow, they will be in either 3rd or 4th place, depending on the outcome. Pow Pow over the middle to Craig Ellis, and he gets to the 20. He spun off the initial contact and converted that pass into a first down.
I think he was 6 catches ahead of Paul Pearson going into this ball game, and he's caught about 5 or 6 passes already.
Well,
maybe 4. How many did he catch?
5 so far for 47 yards.
Those quarterbacks are being very conservative. They're letting that zone drop out of there and throwing it underneath them. As we said earlier, they both love that zone.
Pow Pow to the sideline to Stanley Washington, bounced out of bounds by Harry Skipper. Skipper had some interesting comments about Stanley Washington earlier in the week.
Which team?
Second and 2. Pow Pow fumbles the exchange from center. He was fortunate that he got the ball back, and he got out close to the 30-yard line. He was pinned there by Doug's 47 on the last turnover. They moved it in for a touchdown. Craig Ellis with a big hole, and Craig Ellis continues to the 25-yard line. He has the quick feet, the quick moves, and he is very difficult to bring down when he gets to that open field.
Just started out to his left, the quarterback, and just handed back, and it was an inside trap right there. Actually, the guard overran the trap, but he still broke it. The defense was going too fast against the grain, and he just broke it to the inside, and he does have excellent balance when he gets that ball on the inside.
22 yards on that run by Craig Ellis.
He is. He looks like he's about 175 pounds, but he's got the quickness, and he's really well knit, and that means an awful lot, too.
Second and 10 from the 25-yard line. Mike Washington trying to get outside, and he is brought down at the 21.5. Turner Gill. However, they have been silent for the last few minutes. As a matter of fact, I think I've heard a few boos in the last few plays that DeTilio has directed. Very fickle here in Montreal. Sideline pattern, incomplete. Michael Collymore, the intended receiver. He was being covered by Andre Francis.
You're picking our team also. These are 4 excellent corners in this ball game tonight.
The pass incomplete. The Ticats entertain the Edmonton Eskimos. Then on Monday, it will be Winnipeg at home to the Calgary Stampeders. You'll also see that one, our Thanksgiving Day special on CBC television. Pow Pow to Craig Ellis. And Harry Skipper simply stood his ground and didn't go for any of the moves that Craig Ellis attempted to put on him.
You're exactly right. That's excellent defense, because we said earlier it's difficult to make the tackle on a good back in open field. And Harry Skipper stood his ground, got the arms wrapped. I think that's the secret, Leo, right?
Got the head right in front of him, turned him right into the pursuit.
Deep for Eldard. He's got it. said earlier, I think he's the most improved player in the CFL this year. And we have again seen evidence of the 26. It's 1st and 10, Saskatchewan. There's the pass complete for a first down to Chris DeFrance. He gets to the 5.
I think that might be
His green and white troops can put it in the end zone to add to their 17-3 lead. Craig Ellis tries to get there, but is stopped at the 2. John Pointer.
Got a flag on the play, but that ball is snapped and they're hitting real quick. They're going to get called for procedure again.
Well, I'll tell you, you can't get down there, Rod, in that kind of position right before the half when you could come out with a real psychological edge and allow yourself to make mistakes. Between the split end and the tackle, going to no man's land, they put people ineligible.
From just outside the 10, it is 1st and goal. And buried is Pawpaw. The ball is fumbled. He was hit by Sandy Armstrong, but I believe that they are ruling he was down. Sandy Armstrong.
Hold him off the board here. They're going into the shotgun here for the first time in the ball game, giving them a little more time.
Pass complete to Craig Ellis. Craig Ellis gets down to the 2-yard line. He had to get into the end zone. Remember, this series of plays started down at the 5-yard line, but then the penalty and the quarterback sack moved them back to the 18. Now, Craig Ellis gets to the 2-yard line, and will they go for the field goal, or will they send in the short yardage offense?
They're going for the touchdown.
That's right.
Homer Jordan, number 8, comes into the game.
You'll see it here from the shotgun. Joe just gets back and hits Ellis on the outside here. Makes another good catch. Gets a really a half block there on Francis, and Francis recovers and makes the play. Wow,
Ellis
take
has
a look
the
at
touchdown.
that.
He just went up high and over that defensive line. The 3rd down gamble pays off for the Saskatchewan Roughriders as Craig Ellis scores, and the Roughriders have really taken control of this ball game.
Well, with 46 seconds left, that's a psychological lift for them, and it's certainly a downer for the Concord.
We said before the game there's going to be 2 excellent defenses, but this Saskatchewan Roughrider offense are dominating the Montreal.
Pine on a Montreal tackler. So the ball is just inside the Roughrider 40-yard line. The screen attempt for Mike Washington goes incomplete. And we'll also have highlights of CFL activity, and Craig Ellis was the intended receiver. The pass goes incomplete. So with just 11 seconds remaining, the Roughriders are now 3rd.
Injured, Saskatchewan kept going. Late in the 2nd quarter, Ellis had a touchdown. Here's a first one by Ellis. That made it 14-3. Craig Ellis, he's played a strong game. Here's the second Craig Ellis touchdown, up and over. It is 24-3.
Glad, Don, everything is working out for us right now. Montreal, they play in that zone defense, and Joe is just setting up with the short passing, and things just coming through for us.
Well, the way you fellas started with your first possession, moving in 3 plays for a touchdown, that, I think, had to give your team a lift.
Well, we expected him to zone us a lot, so what we're going to do is just send guys up the seams and let the backs come out of the backfield.
Craig, you've really been busy as a pass receiver and as a running back. Do you thrive on the work?
Well, I love to be a part, to be a part of the play. You can't do it unless you be a part of it, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Craig Ellis continued success in the court, kicking off here in the 3rd quarter as it's Craig Ellis from the 15-yard line. And this time he's brought down by Ken Shanconi as he got to the 27.
We'll take a look at the touch.
The inside with foot speed.
Pawpaw swinging it out to Craig Ellis. Craig Ellis still on his feet. He's a tough man to bring down, and it took 3 of them, led by Aaron Hill and Harry Skipper, to finally stop the very elusive Saskatchewan running.
To the gun right now.
Big series. They've got to stop Saskatchewan now, and Saskatchewan needs to get that momentum back. They lost it just for a little bit. They didn't have it for a whole half.
On 2nd down, sideline pass. Stanley Washington makes the catch in front of Harry Skipper. Let's see where they place the ball.
One play right here, and that's the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, when you're that close, Pawpaw will get it. They have Jordan as their designated sneaker, I think, but I think Pawpaw can make this one.
Pawpaw keeps. He should have the 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. He only had to get a couple of inches, and I think his forward progress carried.
It's pretty hard to keep a guy from making a couple inches when they're a yard off the line of scrimmage.